Hey everybody, my name is Valerie, and I'm with Tiny Sprouts, as Sarah mentioned. So I'm going to see if I can share my screen and just, I'm so green with all of this kind of stuff, so give me just a second. So I think I can do it here. So, okay, sorry. Okay, it's not going to work for me, but just a little bit about me and Tiny Sprouts and all of us here. Basically, I am a surrogacy coordinator with Tiny Sprouts. I have been doing this for a little over 2 years, but I have been in the surrogacy world for quite a while. I have been a 3-time surrogate. I'm super passionate about the work that men having babies does. I'm super passionate about helping men become fathers. My first 2 surrogacy journeys were for a gay couple in New Zealand, and my final one last year was for a single father. So definitely it's something that I enjoy and being a part of for sure. Oh, my screen is actually popping up again. So let's see if I can get this. I'm so sorry. Working. So I believe so. Okay, it's not going to work. Anyway, so Tiny Sprouts it's a full service surrogacy and egg donation agency. We do all facets from start to finish on your path to parenthood. So from the initial matching with your surrogate or your egg donor to speaking to escrow companies, lawyers, clinics, doctors, hospitals, everybody in between, and just to kind of help navigate that so it's not so much pressure on you, because there's a lot to think about during surrogacy and a lot of little intricacies, and it can be overwhelming. So we definitely want to be there to help you and definitely give you the opportunity to soak up all of the sleep that you can get in the 9 months until your little one arrives, because once they come, nobody's sleeping and it's chaos. So, but it's a good chaos. It's so hard to fill this space without face-to-face interaction. So I apologize if I'm coming off crazy. But so we let me see, I am seeing some chat questions in here, and I'm not sure if those are for me or a general chat. But it as far as specific providers, there's nobody that we assign to any case. We do work with all fertility clinics nationwide. We work with all lawyers nationwide, escrow companies. We have a lot of experience working with different ones as well, so we can always give you referrals if needed, based on those that we've worked with in the past. We also have forged some really good connections to be able to work with different budgets or work with different preferences and things like that to help out an intended parents. So it's really good to make those connections with people. But basically, what I was going to show is our introduction booklet, which is also on our whiteboard. So I'm sorry about my technical difficulties, but you can see that as well, which does tell you a little bit about who we are individually. All of us that work here and our coordinators have been surrogates ourselves. So we do know the process of being a surrogate. We do know the intricacies, and we are here to help kind of bridge that gap between intended parents and surrogates, especially as intended parents tend to not really know kind of how to talk to their surrogate at first. So we can give that insider view as to, hey, here's what we as surrogates liked happening, or here's what we, had the experience with and things like that. So it does kind of help. It does also go through just kind of a general timeline of surrogacy. A lot of the questions that we get is, how long does it take to match? How long is the process? What happens next? So it does kind of break that down a little bit to help you understand the process. Generally, what we say is a typical surrogacy journey is going to be 12 to 18 months long. 9 months of that is pregnancy, and it's unavoidable. So it's definitely not going to be any less than 9 months. But basically it's all the front, stuff that is going to have to be done. You're going to have to match with your surrogate. She's going to have to, get cleared through your clinic, the medical screening, legal, have her medical, medication calendar, transfer. All of that has to happen before she's even pregnant. So that does take up a big, chunk of the time there. That is a couple of months there. And a lot of times I think intended parents tend to, kind of think more oh, okay, so if we match, then she just goes and we transfer next month or so. And no, it's usually a couple months. And then I do see a question here. The pricing for surrogates, singleton and twins is going to be roughly the same cost. There is going to be an added twin fee for the surrogate in her compensation, which is $5,000 extra on top of her compensation, but everything else is going to be the same. So the escrow fee is going to be the same. The lawyer fee is going to be the same. Medical, insurance costs are generally the same. So everything is kind of, the same there. It's just the $5,000 that's on her compensation because it is rougher to carry twins, and it does take a lot more out of a surrogate to carry twins. And then I see, financing options. We don't personally finance through Tiny Sprout surrogates, but we do have a couple of recommendations that we can give you that we've offered to other intended parents. And they have, gone through financing there. There's also, different, kind of fertility loans, but we can definitely feel free to stop by our booth and chat with me, and I can, get your contact information. I can definitely send you some financing options that we've recommended in the past. Again, on our whiteboard as well is a general estimate of cost that we have for a typical surrogacy journey. But again, feel free to stop by our booth and chat with me, and we can kind of tailor that to more specific to fit your journey, depending on your preferences, depending on, what you're looking for. But that's kind of a general condensed overview of Tiny Sprouts and what we do. But we'd love, and like I said, I'm super passionate about surrogacy. We all are here. And it's definitely something that we want to help and be a part of. And no matter how many babies we have born each year, every single time is just as exciting and just as special. So I appreciate you taking the time to let me chat with all of you. I know I can't see any faces, but I know you're there. So feel free to stop by our booth and chat with myself or Bridget. And we look forward to speaking with you and potentially helping you along your journey. So thanks, guys.